This is beyond incredible. It flushed the stuck poop right out of my system.
A small tweak to my morning routine and things just flow right out now.
Have you guys heard about this? Everybody has this simple ingredient at home, which means that anybody can fix constipation fast.
I recently shared my story about the 7-second ritual that I used to eliminate 12 pounds of stuck poop when fiber and laxatives had failed. This ritual has been shared thousands of times across Facebook and Instagram, with people all over America posting story after story raving about it.
I had my first complete bowel movement in a week, just in time for my vacation. This 7-second ritual really works. Before this, I tried fiber, I tried laxatives, nothing helped until I found this. I feel fantastic. I'll admit, the first time I saw this, I almost skipped over it. Thank God I gave it a try. I can eat whatever I want now, and I go to the bathroom every single day like clockwork.
Wow, just wow. I feel so light and fresh, like everything has just been fully flushed out from my bowels. It was just one thing I do each morning before breakfast. Trust me, just one simple tweak to your morning routine and you'll never worry about pooping again. I'm the type of person that hates doctors and loves good food. I thought I'd be constipated forever, but now I'm going effortlessly every single day. The best part? No more chugging water, fiber powder, or taking harsh laxatives.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joe Feuerstein. Now tell me if this sounds familiar. There was once a time you could go sit on the toilet, poop out everything effortlessly, and walk out feeling completely satisfied and relieved. You didn't even think twice about it. But now, everything is stuck. Maybe you sit there straining in for 10-20 minutes only to push out rabbit pellets. Maybe you go 3, 4, even 5 days without a bowel movement, and when it finally happens, it's hard, painful, and leaves you feeling like half of it is still lodged inside. Your stomach feels swollen and heavy, like you're carrying a bowling ball in your gut. Maybe the pressure leaves you farting uncontrollably, embarrassed by the rotten smell. Or you spend the whole day bloated and uncomfortable in your clothes, planning your life around when or if you'll be able to poop next. All this leads to 10 to 15 pounds of toxic, rotting fecal matter inside your gut, causing weight gain, fatigue, brain fog, and more. Your doctor probably tells you to take more fiber, drink water, or use laxatives. But these fixes only back you up worse, give you cramps, or offer a few hours of messy relief before the cycle starts all over again. But what if I told you constipation isn't just a frustration that drives you crazy? It's also a red alert from your body. New research shows there's a hidden toxin in our food supply that literally destroys the colon's lining and shuts down the body's ability to expel poop. I call it the bowel killer. Left unchecked, pounds of dry, hard, toxic stool pile inside your gut, creating micro tears in your colon and causing a toxic stew of bile and bacteria to spill into your blood, where it infects nearly every cell and organ in your body. The good news is scientists have discovered a simple, natural 30-second bowel fix that gets bowels flowing naturally, gently flushing out months of stuck poop and allowing you to poop effortlessly like clockwork again. In a moment, I'll show you exactly how it works and why it's proven to help 98% of people get relief in as little as 1 week. Imagine waking up every morning, sitting on the toilet, and fully emptying your bowels completely in just a few minutes. No straining, no pain, no waiting. Imagine walking out feeling light, relieved, and ready for your day instead of bloated, backed up, and exhausted. Picture slipping into your clothes without that swollen, rock-hard belly. Picture traveling, eating at restaurants, or spending time with your family without worrying about gas, smelly farts, or when you'll finally be able to poop. Imagine saying goodbye to laxatives, powders, and endless bathroom battles, and knowing your body is finally working the way it should. It all comes down to one hidden enemy that's been inside your body for years, the bowel killer toxin I mentioned earlier. This is a toxin so dangerous it was first discovered as chemical weapons during World War II. It's designed to kill, to attack nerves and destroy muscles. Today, it's hidden in our food and water supply and wreaking havoc on Americans' guts, shooting rates of constipation through the roof. Here's why. Your bowels move poop through a wave-like squeezing motion called peristalsis. But when these toxins invade, poop backs up, they paralyze your body's ability to move poop out. So pounds and pounds of poop pile up and start to dry and harden. Over days or weeks, it builds into a giant log of poop with rough, jagged edges that can cut holes in the delicate lining of your colon like shards of broken glass. I've seen x-rays where a colon was stretched 7 inches wide, packed with over 18 pounds of rock-hard poop. Some patients ended up in the ER screaming in pain as nurses were forced to pull the feces out by hand, piece by piece. Others needed tools with spikes called a disimpactor to remove the poop. I've seen women look pregnant, only to discover it wasn't a baby or fat. It was 20 pounds of rotting waste trapped inside their gut. And while all of this is happening, your colon walls are absorbing toxins from that poop into your bloodstream. The toxins travel to your brain, your joints, your heart. That's why constipation doesn't just mean you can't poop. It means weight gain, fatigue, acid reflux, brain fog, joint pain, acne, and way more serious issues. If you're over 60, your colon has likely been under attack for decades. And you'll want to fix the root cause as soon as possible, or the problem will only get worse. And you'll want to fix the root cause So keep watching, because in the next few minutes I'll show you exactly how this bowel-killing toxin gets into your body, how it destroys your colon from the inside out and paralyzes your body's ability to push poop out. But most importantly, I'll show you how to fix the problem and repair the damage before it gets much worse and you risk hospitalization or worse. I'll also reveal why fiber actually makes constipation worse, why laxatives shock your colon so intensely it can stop working altogether, and why probiotics fail to fix the problem. Finally, I'll share the 30-second bowel fix I discovered in a remote Indian village, a ritual now proven in double-blind studies to restore smooth daily bowel movements for 98% of people who try it, often in as little as 1 week. This is the same ritual that gave relief to thousands who once thought they'd never poop normally again. But I need to warn you, while many open-minded people know natural solutions can work, the $1.6 trillion pharmaceutical industry doesn't want this secret to get out. Their profits depend on you being sick and dependent on their medications forever. If everyone knew about the safe, natural fixes that are out there, the industry could lose billions. So if you want to finally flush out 10-20 pounds of toxic waste, restore effortless daily poops, and feel light, energetic, and free again, stay with me until the very end. Again, my name is Dr. Joe Feuerstein. I was voted a Castell Connolly Top Doctor in America for the last 5 years straight. I'm also a professor at an Ivy League university in New York City. I've written 2 best-selling books on health, and I was the head of one of the largest natural health clinics in America for over 15 years. As the head of such a large clinic, I was able to see some of America's biggest health problems up close and personal. And none concern me more than chronic constipation and the inability to poop. Not only can this ruin your life, leaving you clinging to the toilet in frustration and pain, but the number of people suffering from these issues and the severity of them has skyrocketed, increasing by 67% over the past 10 years. I watched as patients poured into our offices after trying one failed solution after another. In fact, I was so shocked at the lack of good solutions out there that I decided to devote a good part of my life to studying poop. How it's created, why it gets stuck, and how to get it moving again. Using cutting-edge technology combined with artificial intelligence, our lab was able to analyze over 12,400 human poop samples, the largest of any study ever. And what we found was shocking. It revealed the true root cause of constipation, leading me to discover a simple 30-second bowel fix you can use in your own home to start enjoying effortless poops again. Unfortunately, most doctors are still using a one-size-fits-all approach to constipation that was developed for the most part back in the 1950s. It didn't work great back then, and it still doesn't now. So when patients come to see me, they're often at their wits' end. They've seen multiple doctors, tried countless treatments, and cannot get stuck poop moving no matter what they try. Take Janet, for example. I'll never forget the night my medical pager went off at 3 a.m. I rushed to the emergency room and found her screaming in pain in the fetal position. The x-rays revealed the worst. 18 pounds of dry, hardened fecal matter backed up in her colon. A giant log of poop that was so big she couldn't push it out no matter how hard she tried. Worse still, she confirmed that her doctor had told her to take fiber powder, which was backing her digestive system up even more. There was only one option left. Janet had to lay on her side while the nurse pulled the poop out piece by piece. The pain was unbelievable. A week later, when Janet came into my office for a follow-up, she could barely walk. Worse still, she said she was already having trouble pooping again. She told me she had tried everything and was exhausted and couldn't go on like this any longer. The good news was I knew exactly what the problem was. This toxin I call the bowel killer. More importantly, I knew how to get her bowels moving again, bringing her relief within a matter of days, and finally clearing out all the stuck poop from her colon. Janet's experience is sadly all too common. I've seen hundreds of patients who went to their doctors and followed their advice to a T, only to get worse. The truth is, Janet's problem started way before she ended up in the emergency room. When she first started having trouble pooping, she went to see her doctor. She had to wait weeks to get an appointment. Then when she finally came in, he didn't take her situation seriously at all. He just told her to eat more veggies, drink more water, and sent her on her way. 2 weeks later, Janet's situation was worse. She then booked an appointment with a gastroenterologist who felt around her tummy and told her to go to the local store and take fiber powder like Metamucil. Little did her doctor know that fiber powder can make serious constipation much worse. That's because her bowels were already jammed up with feces. When you take fiber, it expands when it mixes with the water in your gut, and so that just adds more bulk to backed up bowels. Now she was dealing with bad gas, burps, smelly farts, and heartburn, and was in even more pain than before. Finally, she turned to laxatives and prescription drugs like Linzess. While these clear you out fast, the honest truth is you spend hours running to the bathroom, and then 2 weeks later you're right back where you started, backed up and constipated all over again. It's an endless cycle of pain and misery. And here's what no one tells you. If you take laxatives too often, they chemically shock your bowels to the point where they stop working and can't move the poop out at all. It's stuck inside you, and then your only option will be to go to the emergency room like Janet. My patients are very frustrated at how ineffective the solutions are. No wonder symptoms are getting worse over the years and more people are impacted. In fact, the number of seniors suffering from awful constipation has actually increased a shocking 67% in the last 10 years alone. During that same time period, sales of fiber supplements, laxatives, and probiotics have reached all-time highs. So clearly, something isn't working. And instead, the $1.6 billion laxative industry is just getting bigger and bigger. In order to truly get stuck poop moving again, the key is to first understand how stool gets stuck in the first place. See, after you eat and chew your food, it slides down your throat and into your stomach where it's broken down by stomach acid. It then moves into your intestines where it's broken down even further. This is also where your body absorbs all the nutrients it needs from the food. What's left over gets turned into poop, which is also 75% water, by the way. The poop then moves to your colon, where it waits until you're ready to go to the toilet. Now, the place where poop always tends to get stuck is an area of the colon called the sigmoid colon. This is a curvy S-shaped area that's about 14 inches long and right at the very end of your bowels. Poop typically gets stuck here partially because of all the tight twists and turns, becoming dry, hard, and impossible to clear out without painfully straining and pushing. Now, if your poop locks up like this, it is because of lack of lubrication. And if so, then drinking water and eating fiber should help lodge it free right away. But if you've tried those things without results, then there is only one other reason that poop gets stuck. In 2019, scientists from Columbia and Duke universities found that the muscles that squeeze poop out can actually shut down, a serious problem known as intestinal shutdown. Now, these muscles typically weaken a little bit with old age, but I've found there is a far more serious cause of this problem. New studies reveal that a group of toxins hiding in our food make the problem much, much worse. I call this group of toxins the bowel killer, but the scientists know them as organophosphate pesticides. These pesticides were developed by the Germans in World War II for chemical warfare. They were literally meant to kill people. They are so toxic that even the people who created them got very sick in the process. They are now banned in pretty much every other country on Earth except for the United States. Their side effects include nausea, dizziness, breathing problems, and, you guessed it, muscle weakness. This is especially true for the small and delicate muscles in the colon that help you poop. While these muscles are strong, they are very fragile, and toxins quickly eat away at them, destroying critical nerves that move poop out of the body. This is also why it's critical you never strain to get your poop out, because you risk pulling or even tearing these very delicate muscles and completely clogging your colon. Now, unfortunately, here in the United States, farmers drench their fruits and vegetables with these toxic organophosphate pesticides in order to keep insects away from their crops. And so even a seemingly healthy salad can be a toxic soup for the mussels in your colon. Washing your produce and buying organic can help, but likely your body has already been exposed to these toxins for decades, severely weakening the muscles in the colon. If you're, say, 60 years old, you've been exposed to these chemicals for a long time, including when you were a child and your colon muscles were just developing. As the colon muscles break down, they can no longer push poop out, so it gets stuck. Once this happens, there is little you can do to get things moving. Even if you squeeze and strain as hard as you can, the result is pounds of toxic poop accumulate and sit, rotting in your intestines for days. Gradually, more poop comes, forming a larger log of poop that, if not rid quickly from the body, can lead to something called megacolon. I've seen x-rays where a patient's colon expands a shocking 7 inches wide with a log of poop that weighs 40 pounds. As the log of poop sits stuck, the body starts to reabsorb the water from the poop, causing it to become bone dry. As it dries out, the edges of the poop become rough, so when it finally moves, it cuts like glass against the delicate, paper-thin lining of the gut and colon. This creates micro-tears, small holes through which a toxic stew of bile, bacteria, and feces flows into your bloodstream, potentially infecting nearly every organ in your body from your brain to your heart and causing a chain reaction of health issues that includes headaches, joint pain, heartburn, bad breath, brain fog, fatigue, and weight gain. At this point, your only option may be to visit the nearest emergency room or hospital where a nurse will lay you on your side and stick their hand up your rectum and pull the poop out piece by piece. If that doesn't work, they use a stick with spikes on it called a disimpactor to pull it out. I've seen patients in such pain as this several times in my career. It's a truly horrifying experience, and I hope to never see it again. This is why, if you've been unable to poop for just 2 or 3 days, it's important you act fast to avoid things getting out of control. So what do? Well, that brings me back to my research and the 12,400 poop samples we looked at in my lab. I've discovered there's only one way to deal with damage caused by these deadly toxins and get poop flowing smoothly again. Unlike most doctors who only suggest band-aid solutions like fiber, laxatives, and probiotics, there's something you can do at home to fix the problem at the source. What if there was an easy way to strengthen and rebuild the muscles in the colon to get poop flowing regularly again? What if there was a way, using safe and natural ingredients, to finally achieve smooth, effortless, and complete bowel movements every day? It could literally mean relief for millions of people around the world. No more chugging water, eating tons of fiber, or taking harsh laxatives that never truly fix the root cause of the problem. And no more straining in pain on the toilet for 20 or 30 minutes just to get a little relief. So I began researching nutrients that could strengthen the muscles in the colon and restore natural, effortless pooping every time. Finally, I discovered a groundbreaking 2023 study from India that was exactly what I was looking for. The researchers had discovered a village in India with the lowest reported rates of constipation in the entire country. In a population of 1.4 billion people, these people pooped the easiest and most regularly. They then cross-referenced the most common foods in their diet with a database of studies of thousands of plant extracts and uncovered 2 rare plants in their diet. The first ingredient on the list is called triphala. Triphala means 3 fruits in ancient Sanskrit and has been used in Indian medicine for over 2,000 years. This blend of 3 fruits was praised for its miraculous ability to treat constipation and digestive issues while detoxing the body. Because of these powerful benefits, triphala has been used all over the world for centuries. Yet in America, 95% of doctors have never heard of it. That's because Big Pharma makes billions off constipation drugs like Linzess, drugs that cost patients up to $600 a month. So of course the drug companies want to keep natural solutions like this hidden. That's why they do everything in their power to keep them out of public knowledge and to tell doctors they're ineffective. This isn't a conspiracy. This is the American healthcare system. These companies get rich off our misery. If they can't patent and profit something, they don't want you to know about it. Only a small handful of renegade doctors have recently started learning about natural solutions growing here on God's green earth. They aren't made in a lab with synthetic chemicals and don't have terrible side effects. Take triphala, for example. It acts like a gentle yet powerful tonic that gets to work healing your gut from the inside out. It's so effective, one study showed it increased pooping frequency by 79.5% in just 2 weeks. That's almost double the poops. And when taken regularly, Triphala can help you establish regular, smooth bowel movements every single day, while saying goodbye to uncomfortable gas, bloating, and painful straining on the toilet. You're going to experience effortless bowel movements that make you feel light, energetic, and totally cleaned out. And unlike harsh chemical laxatives, which are massively overprescribed by doctors and causing awful cramping and diarrhea, Triphala is a gentle, safe solution that strengthens your digestive system more and more the more you take it. But Triphala doesn't just fix constipation, gas, and bloating. This ancient formula also floods your body with powerful antioxidants that protect against cellular damage, reduce inflammation, and even support healthier teeth and gums with their natural antimicrobial properties. The more I discovered about Triphala's incredible healing abilities, the more I knew it would be a total game changer for my patients. But I also knew there were more ingredients hiding out there that could further clear out the bowels, repair damaged gut lining, and finally get things flowing smoothly again. Most people feel their first gentle urge to go within 24-48 hours, and by day 3, you'll experience that deeply satisfying feeling of complete, effortless emptiness. Next, I evaluated a powerful digestive fruit called Asian kiwi. People in India ate this fruit for centuries for more regular, smoother pooping. This fuzzy little fruit contains a special enzyme called actinidin that breaks down the rigid proteins in poop that make it hard and cause it to get stuck. This helps free stuck poop and get your bowels finally flowing smoothly again. One study showed taking Asian kiwi extract daily led to people having at least 6 bowel movements per week and a 42.5% total increase in their number of poops. In a recent study, researchers found that Asian kiwi extract also dramatically improved gas and bloating in people suffering from chronic constipation. And meta-analysis, the gold standard review of all studies in existence, found kiwi extract helped people poop more often and with a better consistency, giving you those perfect, well-formed poops that slide out effortlessly in under 2 minutes, leaving you with that incredible feeling of being completely cleaned out. Asian kiwi extract is also packed with vitamin C, vitamin K, potassium, and natural fiber that work together to create smoother poops. Next, I included one of the most revered healing plants on earth, the inner leaves of the aloe vera plant. For over 6,000 years, ancient Egyptians called aloe vera the plant of immortality, and traditional healers across India cultures have used specifically the inner leaves for treating digestive issues and calming irritation. Aloe vera works like a cooling, healing balm for your digestive tract. It soothes everything from your stomach all the way down to your colon, reducing inflammation, and you'll feel the soothing relief almost immediately as that burning, uncomfortable sensation melts away, creating a smooth, lubricated, protective coating that helps poop move out smoothly and effortlessly. Studies show that aloe vera can significantly reduce constipation, especially in people with irritable bowel syndrome. This miraculous plant actually repairs your digestive tract while providing gentle, natural relief from acid reflux and internal irritation and discomfort. This is critical because, as I told you earlier, training to push out hard poop can tear the paper-thin walls of the bowels, causing a toxic stew of fecal matter, bacteria, and bile to spill into your bloodstream. As a gut researcher, I also included one of my all-time favorite probiotic strains, Bifidobacterium lactis. This powerful beneficial bacteria was first identified in the 1920s and is found naturally in yogurt and kombucha that people have been eating and drinking for centuries. Bifidobacterium lactis was shown in a study to increase in the number of poops people had by 203%, meaning it more than doubled the poops. It also increased the speed at which poop moves through the body, allowing for easier bowel movements, and most people notice less gas, and that heavy, bloated feeling starts disappearing within the first week, keeping moving and so it doesn't get stuck. It's also shown to reduce gas and bloating and even boost the immune system, helping your entire digestive system thrive. The final ingredient, magnesium citrate. Magnesium has been used since the 17th century in India. Magnesium-rich waters were gathered from special healing mineral springs and used to relieve constipation and improve pooping speed. And no wonder, today scientists have proven magnesium incredible benefits for reliving constipation. First, magnesium brings water into the intestines, helping to hydrate poop that has often become bone dry after being stuck in the body for days. Stool loosens up and can finally start moving again. Magnesium also helps stimulate the muscular contractions and relaxations that are key for peristalsis, helping poop move through the body. A natural, healthy poop should really only take 1-2 minutes to come out. Imagine that quick, satisfying relief becoming your new normal within days of starting. Unfortunately, due to the dropping nutrition value of our food over the last 50 years, the vast majority of Americans are now very low in magnesium. So I tell patients with constipation that it is absolutely critical they take this essential nutrient. And magnesium citrate does so much more than just helping you poop. It performs over 300 functions in the body, including supporting stronger muscles and bones and improved sleep. When your body's magnesium levels are healthy, everything works better and your digestive system operates like a well-oiled machine. What's truly remarkable is how magnesium citrate works together, synergistically, with all the other ingredients to completely transform your digestion. While Triphala heals and strengthens, kiwi breaks down hard poop, aloe repairs the damage, and probiotics restore balance, magnesium citrate ensures everything moves through smoothly and completely. I knew that this exact formula was going to be perfect for restoring perfect daily poops and eliminating gas and bloating, but there was still one more challenge I needed to solve. The lab in India had developed a unique extraction process to gather the nutrients from these plants. No one outside of their lab knew how the extraction process worked, and they weren't willing to share it with anyone outside the country. So I reached out to a trusted manufacturing company that I knew for years in the nutraceutical industry called Revival Point, based in New York City. Revival Point had connections to the lab in India and was able to strike a deal to finally release the formula in the United States. Revival Point also conducted extensive testing to ensure maximum purity and potency of every ingredient. I knew this was crucial because the vast majority of supplements have been shown to not contain the ingredients they claim to, and the best part? Unlike temporary solutions that just mask the problem, this natural combination works to restore your body's natural rhythm, helping you achieve easier, more complete bowel movements every day while eliminating strain and pain. Now, that all sounds great in theory, but what are the actual results? We offered the very first batch to a select group of people. Each of them took a precise dose of the formula every morning with breakfast for a couple of weeks. And at first, they didn't notice much of a change. Honestly, it was more than a little discouraging, but I shouldn't have worried because soon enough, the patients were calling and emailing to say something had clearly changed. They started experiencing effortless, complete bowel movements every morning. They reported feeling lighter and more energetic, with their bloating disappearing and more like their old selves again. The results exceeded even our wildest expectations. Word quickly spread, and before long, we were being bombarded by calls and emails asking how to get hold of the formula. It was clear we had to get this out to as many people as possible. We call this bowel-freeing solution Floranew. Floranew is the only 100% natural doctor-formulated digestive health solution that releases, restores, and rejuvenates your bowel function as you age. Just take a few easy-to-swallow pills with breakfast and let science do the rest. Floranew contains 4 powerful ingredients, supported by multiple clinical studies to help turbocharge your digestive system at the cellular level while slamming the brakes on bowel dysfunction, and is proudly made right here in America in our FDA-approved and GMP-certified facility. After sourcing the freshest, purest ingredients, we process them using equipment that is regularly monitored and disinfected. Then we turn them into easy-to-swallow pills using the same technology that presses coal into diamonds. After that, each batch is tested by a third-party lab to verify the quality and purity, ensuring that Floranew is non-GMO, safe and gentle on your stomach, contains no dangerous toxins or stimulants, and is completely non-habit forming. Since its release, Floranew has improved the digestive health and restored regular bowel movements for over 47,000 people. People like Maria from Dayton, Ohio, who bought Floranew for herself. I noticed you said that you had almost immediate results, and I guess we'd kind of like to know, how soon did you notice results once you started taking Floranew?
I can say unequivocally that we had noticed improvement within a couple of days. I became more regular and started having complete, comfortable movements every morning. I remembered what it felt like to feel light and energized again, and I was even able to eat foods I hadn't been able to enjoy in years without bloating or discomfort. All that started to come back.
Or David Hoffman, who told us,
Hi, Dr. Joe. This is David. My constipation has gotten much better, and I just turned 65. So you do lose some function, but this is helping me so much. Within a month, I saw results. I was having a terrible time with painful straining, and I was always backed up for days. And remembering when my last bowel movement was, or when I could eat without bloating, I just wasn't able to have normal digestion. These are signs that you need some help, and I got the help with this formula.
or Marta McGuire from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, who said,
I know it works. It just makes me feel better, and it makes me feel like I'm moving my bowels regularly like clockwork. Anything that can help you improve your digestion and your ability to feel comfortable and confident is well worth the money that you spend on it.
By now, I'm guessing you're itching to try this one-of-a-kind solution for yourself. And you should be. That's because Floranew is the first of its kind, a scientifically backed solution designed from the ground up to restore your natural bowel function. So with all that in mind, here's how you can get Floranew today. First, what you need to know is that we will never cut any corners when it comes to sourcing the highest quality ingredients. You're always guaranteed to receive a premium state-of-the-art product with clinically proven ingredients that has worked for thousands of users just like you. We spare no expense when formulating Floranew, especially considering how hard it is to get genuine versions of the active ingredients like Indian winter cherry and East Indian okra pods. Bottom line, high-quality ingredients that do what they're supposed to do don't come cheap. However, when you compare the price of Floranew with the outdated, ineffective, filler-filled formulations you might find elsewhere, combined with the lack of real alternative solutions to protect against constipation and digestive dysfunction, we could easily offer Floranew at a very high price. And considering the results users have seen, most of them said they would pay almost any price without even blinking. Think about it. How much would you be willing to invest to enjoy effortless, daily bowel movements well into your 80s and beyond? No more painful straining on the toilet for hours. No more embarrassing bloating or gas. No more having to worry about planning your day around bathroom access or becoming dependent on harsh laxatives. What would you be willing to spend if you were absolutely positively sure this formula would do wonders for you? $300? $500? $1,000? But you know what? Far be it from me to put a price on your health, or the peace of mind that comes from knowing you've done everything in your power to restore your digestive health as you age. That's why we originally thought that in order to make Floranew affordable to most people, while still covering the ingredients, costs, and at least some of the research time I invested, the retail value of Floranew should be $149.95. Honestly, this is a steal, considering what this one-of-a-kind formulation can do. However, the goal with Floranew has always been to get it into the hand of as many people as possible. That's why we decided to cut out the middleman. Instead of selling it in stores only to have them mark up the price of Floranew, we decided to make it available only on this website and pass the savings on to you. This means you don't need to invest $149.95 to keep your bowels moving smoothly and effortlessly. You won't even have to invest $120 or even $100. All we want is to cover the cost of ingredients and keep this site running for as long as possible. But with inflation, supply chain issues, and how difficult and expensive it is to source the ingredients for Floranew, soon we may have to charge $89 just to barely break even. And even though $89 for 2 bottles is surely a lot less than dealing with the consequences of chronic constipation, only on this website and nowhere else, you can get your very own 60-day supply of Floranew for a one-time, 100% risk-free investment of $89 per bottle, just $89. And because we're so grateful you made it this far into the presentation, which means you're serious about restoring your digestive health, if you order a 3 or 6 month package, we'll give you an even bigger discount and some valuable bonuses. Here's why. While many users experience noticeable benefits in as little as a week, the real magic happens after 90 days or more. I've seen the effects of Floranew firsthand on thousands upon thousands of patients. That's why I recommend you take 2 pills per day for at least 90 days. Floranew floods the digestive system with the nutrients it needs to repair itself and function at 100%. But like any bodily process, this repair takes time and consistency. It takes time to build the concentration of nutrients in the gut up to effective levels. And unfortunately, because of our basic biology, these levels drop rapidly unless they are maintained. It's like pushing a boulder up a hill and stopping right before you reach the top. The boulder starts rolling backwards, putting you right back at square one. But on the flip side, the longer you take Floranew, the better your digestion will feel. So to make sure you see all the benefits the studies suggest and that other users have experienced, it's important you take Floranew every day. This is doubly true if you're already showing symptoms like straining for hours without relief, going days without a bowel movement, or dealing with painful bloating and gas. And if you're over 50, my general recommendation is to take Floranew for at least 3 to 6 months, which is why we offer the steepest discounts on these multi-bottle packages. Choosing the 3 or 6 month package truly is the smart decision. Because imagine enjoying effortless daily bowel movements and feeling lighter and more energetic than you have in years, only to then notice you're out of Floranew and we're out of stock. High demand and the difficulty in sourcing ingredients that meet our quality standards mean that it can be several months between each delivery of Floranew from our manufacturers. So if you run out at the wrong time, you may end up waiting weeks or even months before you can reorder, and there's no guarantee the price won't have to increase in the meantime. And as you're waiting, you'll notice yourself struggling again. You'll feel backed up, bloated and uncomfortable, straining on the toilet for hours, only to produce rabbit pellets or nothing at all. And the effortless bowel movements you were enjoying seem like a distant memory now, but it doesn't have to be that way. Because today you can get our 3 and 6 month packages at an incredibly steep discount. Look, we want to make sure you're completely satisfied and get the results you are hoping for. So if you invest in the 3 or 6 month package, we'll give you 2 bonuses absolutely free. And we'll give the folks who chose the 6 month package an additional 3 surprise bonuses. You'll get lifetime access to your free bonuses the minute you place your order, which should go to show how confident I am that you'll love what Floranew has in store for you. Now, one thing I've noticed recently is that more and more people choose to invest in the 6 month package. From a value standpoint, it's obvious why. The 6 month package saves them a total of $294 and includes 5 free bonuses worth $159.96. But what about the deeper reasoning? When asked, most folks tell me they chose to invest in the 6 month supply because they want the long-term digestive health Floranew provides. Others tell me they know a few friends, relatives, or loved ones who could also use Floranew, or that they've been struggling with their bowel function for some time and want to give Floranew the time it needs for complete restoration, whatever the reason. It's clear that with such high demand and the limited supplies available, the 6 month package is the smart and safe choice for you today, especially since I can't guarantee this offer will still be available if you leave this page and come back later. You don't need to worry, you might not use it all fast enough. Our special bottling process keeps the ingredients in Floranew as fresh, as potent as the minute they left the lab for at least 2 years. So don't hesitate to stock up today for maximum savings, and please know that you won't find this deal anywhere else. We do not sell at this price on Amazon or any other website. The only place you can enjoy the maximum savings on Floranew is right here on this page, and the page will only be up for as long as we have remaining stock. If you're skeptical, we totally understand. Most folks have been told there's no natural way to restore bowel function as they age. But unlike our competitors, I'm so confident that Floranew works that I'm going to give you our ironclad 60 days money-back guarantee. That's right, you have 60 days to experience for yourself the difference Floranew can make. And if you're not completely satisfied for any reason whatsoever, we will promptly issue a full, hassle-free refund, no questions asked. All you need to do is get in touch with our friendly customer support staff within 60 days of your purchase. The contact information is right on the bottle. This means you have 3 full months to decide if Floranew is for you or not. And remember, your order today is a simple one-time payment with no subscriptions or hidden charges. Just scroll down and choose the best value 6 months package or that package that's right for you. Once you click on your chosen package, you'll be taken to an encrypted, secure checkout page. Just fill in your payment details using a credit card. After that, we'll quickly send you your order in a discreet package for maximum privacy. Again, Floranew is in extremely high demand, and each new batch sells out quickly. It can take us anywhere from 3 to 9 months to produce a new batch, because we're only willing to use the purest ingredients, because only the purest ingredients are potent enough to work the way the scientific research suggests. But sourcing enough of these ingredients to meet the high demand is a constant battle. On top of that, we have a third-party lab that tests each batch of Floranew for quality and purity. That way you can be sure you're not taking in any heavy metals, fillers, or harmful bacteria that may be present in other products. Finally, every batch is bottled in a GMP certified facility right here in the good old US of A, with our special bottling process that keeps every single tablet fresh for at least 2 years. All that extra effort to ensure you get the highest quality product takes time and involves a lot of people. Add that to the rising demand and the distribution challenges that everything going on in the world right now creates. It's fair to say that Floranew is likely to run out of stock soon if it hasn't already. That's why if it's still available and you decide not to try it today, I can't promise it will be available later. Think about it. As you're watching this video, thousands of men and women across the country are enjoying the peace of mind for the future that only Floranew can give them. They're enjoying time with friends, family, and grandchildren without having to worry about embarrassing digestive issues. They're traveling and making the most of their golden years, feeling comfortable and confident. So it's no wonder they keep asking us for more bottles for them and their loved ones. That's why, if Floranew is still available, I urge you not to wait. Remember, when you order Floranew, you have a full 60-day to try it and decide if it's for you. So when you choose the 6-month package below, all you're really doing is saying, maybe if it's not for you, you can return it for a full refund. No questions asked. But if, or rather, when you experience the night and day difference to your digestive health and bowel function that Floranew can make, then so long as you select the 6-month package, you'll have enough to last until we can get another batch. Now, before we finish the presentation, I want to share with you the 4th and 5th bowel killer compounds I've discovered. Number 4, artificial sweeteners. I don't know about you, but many people think they're being healthy by choosing diet sodas and sugar-free products. There's something about avoiding calories that seems like a smart choice. Here's the kicker. Those same artificial sweeteners like aspartame and sucralose are actually gut toxins that cross into your digestive system and disrupt the delicate balance of bacteria in your colon. And artificial sweeteners are bad news for your bowel function. They cause beneficial bacteria to die off, which disrupts the natural muscle contractions that move waste through your system. You won't see gut toxin on the labels, but if you see artificial sweeteners or sugar alcohols, you should avoid them at all costs. And finally, we have the 5th bowel killer, food additives. I know doctors who have written extensively about the role of chemical preservatives on digestive health. Common additives like carrageenan and sodium benzoate are known gut irritants. Studies show that people who consume high levels of food additives have significantly higher rates of digestive dysfunction. Unfortunately, these chemicals are everywhere. They're in processed foods, packaged snacks, and even some healthy products. Your best bet is to look for additive-free foods, read labels carefully, and always ensure your supplements have been third-party tested for purity. Remember, Floranew has to do everything we say it will. If it doesn't, then we insist you send back the bottles, even though they're all empty, for a prompt and friendly refund. I want to offer you our sincerest thanks for watching this presentation. And we want to congratulate you for taking what we believe is a gigantic step towards restoring your digestive health as you age. And if you're still thinking about it, I just want to ask you to take a second and imagine what awaits you if you don't choose Floranew today. You might decide to spend more time and money looking for other solutions. This might take weeks or even months. In the meantime, whether you notice it immediately or not, your bowel function and digestive health may continue to worsen. Perhaps beyond even Floranew's power to restore. Or maybe you believe the problem is normal for someone your age, or that your symptoms aren't that serious. This is what I refer to as the head in the sand solution, because the truth is, the longer you try to ignore digestive health issues, the harder they become to repair. But it doesn't have to be that way. Select the 6-month package below right now, risk absolutely nothing, and get the digestive freedom you deserve. After you click the button, you'll be taken to our encrypted and secure order form where you can place your order using a credit card. We'll then immediately ship your bottles directly to your home. And no matter where you live, the 3 and 6-month packages come with free shipping and the gut healing bonuses we went through earlier, which you'll be able to access immediately. Here's to a very healthy and happy future. Thank you for watching. You still there? If so, that means you probably still have some questions for me. Let me take a moment to answer some of our most frequently asked questions. It may very well answer yours. The first question is, how big is the tablet? The tablets are comparable to a small Advil and are very easy to swallow. Many customers report how much nicer it is to take a small tablet instead of a big horse pill you commonly see with other products. Next question, do I have to refrigerate them? Nope. Floranew just needs to be stored in a cool, dry place. Although it won't hurt to refrigerate the bottles. You can travel with them or mail them to a friend with no hassles. Question 3, how long before I'll receive my package? Most orders are shipped next day and often same day. You can expect to receive your pack in 2 to 5 days depending on how far you are from our warehouse. Question 4, do I have to take it with a meal? You don't need to take Floranew with food. In fact, it will probably work better on an empty stomach. Next question, how does Floranew formula works to improve my digestion and give me regular bowel movements? Well, there are a number of mechanisms that impact digestive health. If you combine ingredients that are safe and that work along these different pathways, you can maximize digestive support. So really, it's the combination of ingredients working across the spectrum of pathways to optimize gut health and bowel function. Another common question we get is, what makes Floranew better from other products on the market? Well, it is unique in the fact that it's providing a combination of natural ingredients shown to improve digestive health, including ingredients that work synergistically together. The Floranew formula was put together in a thoughtful, powerful, complementary way where each element in this formulation supports the others. We also do third-party testing to ensure each batch of Floranew contains no heavy metals or toxins. This is something few supplement companies do. Next question, what are the benefits of long-term continuous use? Although customers report feeling its effects within hours, the available data suggests that the effects continue to improve the longer you take it. In fact, don't expect your full results for 2 to 3 months. This is really a long-term commitment to your digestive health. You can anticipate continued benefit over time. The final frequently asked question we get is, can I buy Floranew in stores? The answer to this one is no. We deliver Floranew straight to you, allowing us to cut out the middleman, saving you money. Let me be the first to welcome you to the Floranew family and congratulate you on the wise decision to invest in your new, healthier, digestive life. Well, I'm sure there will be more questions, but that's it for today. Be sure to place your order below and we'll see you on the other side. Until then, from all of us at Revival Point, we wish you a good day.